After escaping Arkham Asylum, the Joker crosses paths with Maxi Zeus, a bizarre yet pitiable villain who is essentially a history professor consumed by Greek mythology. Zeus has fully embraced his delusion, embodying Greek gods in every facet of his identity. Before his imprisonment, the Joker had given Maxi the resources and chemicals needed to Jokerize random Gotham citizens as part of an elaborate April Fool's Day prank aimed at Batman. Instead, Maxi deviates from the Joker's chaotic plan, using the funds to build a public school while cementing his role as Gotham's newest crime boss. Displeased with Maxi's actions, the Joker, upon regaining his freedom, sets out to ensure Maxi pays a heavy price for betraying his vision. The Joker executes his revenge by detonating the schools while there's still children inside. When the Joker retaliates against someone who crosses him, it's never just an act of vengeance. It's a performance, complete with his maniacal laughter and a grin as he escapes the mayhem he's caused. Remember the time the Riddler poisoned Kite Man's son for spying? In the War of Jokes and Riddles arc from Tom King's Batman run, readers were given a glimpse into the beginnings of the Joker and Riddler's bitter rivalry, which also defined their connection to Batman. This storyline also introduced a devastating origin story for Kite Man. Charles Chuck Brown was recruited by the Joker to infiltrate the Riddler's crew and act as a spy. However, Edward Nygma immediately saw through Chuck's deception and set out to deliver a cruel and calculated punishment. To exact his revenge, the Riddler poisoned the string of a kite that Chuck's young son was flying, ultimately hospitalizing and killing the boy. For the Riddler, this wasn't just a warning. It was a twisted game and a riddle wrapped in cruelty, all at the expense of an innocent child's life. The loss of his son drove Chuck into a spiral of grief and rage, inspiring him to reinvent himself as Kite Man, determined to take down the Riddler. Even his infamous "Hell yeah" catchphrase is a tribute to his son, who believed he was dying as punishment for saying a bad word that would send him to the other place. And who could forget the time Harley Quinn bombed some children? Much like her longtime partner Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn's journey toward redemption becomes harder to accept when people recall the terrible things she's done as a villain. One of those atrocities involved planting a software update in video games that turned the devices into bombs, set to detonate in the hands of unsuspecting Gothamites on the same night, many of whom were kids. DC has never shied away from acknowledging how challenging it is to present Harley as a hero given her dark history, which is why even the Justice League remains wary of her. While most modern stories highlight Harley's quirky personality and her efforts to change as a way to win over audiences, it's harder to root for her when you remember she has taken innocent lives without a shred of remorse.